Hey, look at that. Wow. It is 6:30 on a Monday, April 7th, 6th. What is today? I think today is the 6th. We'll call it the 6th. We'll split the difference. We'll call it April 6th and a half because we're getting into the evening hours. Boy, shouldn't they do that? That's actually a great idea. Add half. So it's April 1st, April 1st and a half, April 2nd. Everybody would live so much longer. That's probably my next idea when I go on to Shark Tank. Anyway, welcome to the Steve Squared Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Stevie K. I know we're coming to you from a little bit of a. This is kind of has a almost like a Japanese dojo type of feel, right? With the glass doors behind me, I feel like we're at a Benihana. We're doing the show at a live remote from a Benihana. No, actually, we're doing the show live from you know where. You've seen this background before. You've seen this locale. We're at the gyms. I want to give a shout out to them for letting me use their location. I like to vary it up for you people. Hopefully, right now I'm solo. Don't know where the Stevester is. I don't know where Blue Hefe is. We don't know. I mean, there was a little incident last week where he at 7:29, you might remember, I could play it again for you, where he made an off-colored remark, so to speak. So they're still investigating that matter. We're hoping Blue Hefe is exonerated from all charges and will be joining the Steve Squared Show very shortly. As far as the Emster is, God only knows where the Emster is. Anyway, I'm here. That's all you need to worry about. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter holiday weekend, whatever you celebrate, you celebrated, you enjoyed. A lot of fun, right? Hopefully with family, with friends. It's Easter to me is always that great hope of spring, right? Springtime beginning. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of things I go to the church service on Easter. You know, I like to get the four biggies in during the year. You know me. That's all I feel you need to, as far as that. You go to the big ones. You know, it's like in sports, right? You don't go to the regular season. You go to the postseason. You go to games in the World Series or the playoffs. That's what I do with church. I go to the big ones, the ones where it's packed. Standing room only. You can't get tickets. It's sold out. You're on StubHub. You can't get a ticket to be found to an Easter service, right? You got to know people. And it's a good thing. I get in there. I start, peeling off the top to get a good seat on the aisle. I always get the aisle seat. And I'll tell you why. You get an aisle seat. This way, in case you have to skimmy out to the bathroom or just, I don't like, in anything in life, I like to be on the aisle. Whether it's if you were on an airplane, on a train, church, a baseball game, basketball. I don't like to be claustrophobic. I feel like I'm in the middle. So anyway, there's a lot of things to enjoy about the service, right? It's a packed house. You got the choir, the wonderful choir singing these great inspirational gospel hymns, if you will. It's got a real Little House on the Prairie feel, which we'll be using a lot of reference to Little House on the Prairie throughout the show. It's got that real feel, right? That real community feel. So you got a lot of that going on, but the best thing I enjoy is the fashion show. I love to watch the women come in the 6-inch spiked heels and the draped paraphernalia to show off who's, it's almost like a Kardashian reality show. If the Kardashians went to church, this is what it would look like at the congregation, if you will, that I attend. It's not it's not school girl marm outfits. It's not up to the neck with the frills. This is everything hanging out, big stilettos. It's time for a Long Island to show it off. They've been covered up all winter. They want to let it out, and what better place than church? That's what I say. Forget about the market. Forget about the beach. Show it off at church. God wants. That's why you're there. God wants to know how did you do all winter? Did you exercise? Did you work out? Let's see what's the results here. So I always enjoy the fashion show. It's a big fashion show, let's be honest. Here's another thing that I have a complaint about. And, I don't like to get into anything on this show politics, religion, anything funny, anything sad, nothing. I just like to waste 59 more minutes of your life. But let me get into a little stickiness here. Let's get into it, okay? We can talk. The problem is that I have is most of these people are probably attending the service. They're not regular service goers, right? They're not in every Sunday service. Let's be honest. The father will always make a joke. He'll always say, we do this every Sunday. And everybody laughs and they look at their watch. Because look, the lamb is cooking, the jelly beans are in the basket. Everybody wants to get home, get those chocolate baskets going, sure. But anyway, so you go through the service. Okay, I have two problems. One is, and this is not really a problem, about 3/4 of the way through the service, they give you the, wish your fellow congregate member peace be with you. Most people say happy Easter, keep it real light. So you turn, it gets a little awkward because everybody doesn't know where to turn. You want to be nice. So the guy in front of me, I watch right before, and he coughs for about a good 5 minutes, just coughing up a lung, coughing up. He probably could have had tuberculosis or the black lung. I feel like it's still going around, the black lung. It's somewhere. And if there's one case, the guy in front of me, the pew, if you will, in front of me, had this. So he's hacking, and of course I'm hoping he won't turn around, and I try to, you got to figure all this out way ahead of time, right? It's always like I always pre-plan. Who am I going to turn? Who looks semi-normal that you can say Happy Easter? Who do you want to avoid? Who are you looking? What's going on? I scoped this all out. But he waited. So I saw out of the corner of my eye, he's turning and waiting for me. And I'm looking for everybody. I'm shaking hands like I'm running for mayor. I'm like, oh, peace be with, happy, peace, 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 peace. And then I have to finally turn around because it's getting ridiculous. I've said happy peace to everyone in the whole church. So finally I turn around. He's waiting with his black lung, dripping, diseased-ridden hand to shake my hand. So that was good. But that was okay. So that was one problem I had. The second problem I have, and I see this happen a lot, is after you receive your communion, right? The people leave. They go. What is, unless you're a heart surgeon and you just wanted to get to Mass and you got somebody on the table, chest open, and they're waiting with scalpels for you to get there, that you have to, go. Where are these people going? There's still 10 minutes left. It's so disrespectful. It's so rude. Do you not have 60 minutes to give of your time to be respectful? Because the idea is after they do that, they finish up with some administrative thanking. The choir does another exit song, which is, they've worked on and practiced, and it's nice. Give them that up. It's just so rude. So rude. And what's even worse is a lot of people that are standing would have had those seats, but the rude people got the seats to only use it for 45, 50 minutes and then leave. I have a problem with that. I'm sorry. There should be somebody, those deacons or whatever you call them, they should be finding people. You leave early, that's $5. Give $5 into the basket or whatever, that Jiffy Pop thing that they shake in front of you to drop some money in. I always give. I give. I like to. I don't know where the money goes, but I like to give. That's me. I'm a giver. Anyway, you might have noticed me donning this wonderful, cool, kind of khaki green Yankee hat. And you might have seen, and of course Steve would make fun of me because I still have the tag on. But this was a gift given to me by my sister and family, and my niece and my brother-in-law and all of them, my nephew and his wife, and the dogs. They all give. And I got this great Yankee hat. How cool is that? And I like it, right? Because it's kind of like khaki. It's kind of a little bit of a different Yankee hat. I like it. So it's really cool. So, as Steve would say, I'm donning the interlocking NY New York Yankee hat. But of course, I'll take the tag off. I just was doing that in case Steve calls in, he would find that humorous. And Lord knows, I try to keep Steve in good spirits. Anyway, hey, happy birthday. You know whose birthday it is. Let me show you. Now, I can't pop up pictures because we're in a different scenario. But let me give you, let's see if you can guess. It's a happy birthday to a character, a movie character, 93 years old today. And this iconic movie character, this was a movie released in 1933, April 7th, 6th, today. What do you think? Think back. Let's all go back in the time machine to 1933. And this movie was released, and I'm going to show you momentarily if you've run out of thoughts. And yes, there it is. Oh, look at that guy. Angry. I mean, that's the way most people look when they're in Manhattan anyway. Very angry. Usually it's because of the traffic or whatever. But that is the legendary King Kong, 93 years old. He still looks fantastic. 93 years. King Kong. Have you ever seen the original King Kong with Fay Wray? Such a good movie. Really classic. I don't know how they even did the the graphics and the tech. Digitally, they had to really be far advanced in 1933. It was pretty amazing. Here's another thing. I'm getting the things off my chest that bother me, and I feel like I should, because it's that new beginning, right? We're having a new beginning, and that's what you should think about. Think about as spring is upon us, hopefully. Weird weather this weekend. I went for a run on Saturday. I had heat stroke. I was 70 degrees. I wasn't prepared. Wore my new sneakers. Very good. I'm coming back and I'm like spent. I was really a little overdressed. And then I'm out doing some yard work. I'm really been inspired to work the land, because I get these clips. And again, there's another Little House on the Prairie reference. I'm getting these clips on my phone on Instagram. I don't know why, these little 30-second Little House on the Prairie clips. So it has really inspired me to work the land. I don't know what that means, and I don't know what'll come of it. But, so I'm in the backyard. So I told, the lawn guys, I said, I'll take care of the back. Let me prep it. And then you guys eventually will keep coming and doing. But I want to get it ready. Like, I feel like I want to get it ready for the season. I want to plow the land, really feel it. So I've been really working the land, and it got cold. All of a sudden, a wind comes in from maybe from the west or the north. Not really good with direction, but it was cold. It was really frigid. So it was, but So again, the weather will get here. The good, consistent, warmer weather. What's happening is, think of something that you can reinvent yourself. Right? It's springtime. I mean, I'm telling you. I look now watching these little vignettes, if you will, these little snippets on my Instagram. I have to say, I'm getting my advice or just really good moral thinking, moral compass thinking from Charles Ingalls. I mean, he had answers to every problem. He always had an answer. Sure, it might have been written in a script, but if he didn't have a script, he still would have come up with the right answers for Half Pint. I mean, unfortunately, she is having some trouble right now, Melissa Gilbert. We won't get into that. But other than that, I mean, she did a good. They were great. They did a really good job. So I'd like to. What would Charles Ingalls do? That's going to be whenever I'm confronted with a problem or situation that I don't know the answer to, what would Charles Ingalls do? I want you guys to do that. I want you to think, you know, should I, this person just cut me off. Should I road rage, chase them down, and possibly get into a really bad situation? What would Charles do? Now, of course, they didn't have cars back then, but he probably wouldn't. If he got cut off by a horse and buggy, he wouldn't have went nuts, right? He would have looked the other way, turned the other cheek, right? He had good horse sense, and I think that's what I need. I think we all need some good horse sense. But we had a nice Easter, family together. We were, we had the family. Most of us were there. Some wasn't, but we tried to get together, as many of us as we could. And my sister made a nice turkey, and we had lasagna. It was a whole big thing, and my mom was in charge of the dessert. She brought the cake and everything like that, and me and her had made a previous cake during the week, so it was a lot of good stuff we had, and that was Easter. So and then, but I think so. Try to think, reinvent yourself. This is the time. What can you do different? Think outside the box. Change it today. What are you going to do different? How are you going to improve yourself, change yourself? Whatever it is. You're not happy at home? Leave. Leave the family. Go. Tell the wife and kids, I've had enough. I'm joining a circus. That's my dream. You tell them Charles Ingalls told you to do that. Pa would never, he would have never, Charles Ingalls would have left his family to join the circus. Speaking of circuses, I was thinking about clowns lately. Frightening figure. Do you know? I want you to name a famous. Let's see how many clowns we can name. I was thinking of clowns, famous clowns in our history. Do you have a famous clown that comes to mind? I'll give you a second or two. There's lots of famous clowns in our history. I wrote a couple, but I know them off the top of my head. I'm off book already. I'm pretty good like that. I'll start giving you a hint. And again, if Steve calls in, I would ask him. Let me see. Maybe he did call and I didn't hear. Nope. How about the clown that stands outside of that fast food establishment that puts you into a coronary fit? Ronald McDonald, of course. Ronald McDonald. Have you ever seen The Simpsons? Krusty the Clown. Sure. The Joker, right, from Batman. Who are some other famous clowns? Bozo the Clown. Of course, the signature clown that started it all, Bozo. If you could think of another clown, text me. Go right onto the Gov's Comedy Club page and start writing some clowns that you could think of. I have another question for you, but I'll check later. We'll go later on that. It's also Wayne Newton's birthday. He's 84 years old. Mr. Vegas himself, Don Kashane. I think that was the only song he ever sang. But Mr. Wayne Newton is 84 years old today. Happy birthday to Wayne. Fortuned, you might know his younger brother, Fig Newton. He wasn't a singer. He was more involved in cookie products. But again, wonderful family. They achieved a lot, Wayne and Fig. They never performed together, but wonderful. Really good. So we had a little bit of that. Now, what's going on? This is kind of bothering me, this whole moon thing. I don't know why it's bothering me. My mom is so excited about this. And I said, Mom, you were alive when they landed on the moon. That's exciting. That's pretty exciting. Landing on the moon. I mean, you're talking about 1969, right? They're just basically just having color TV, or they're, cars and things are just getting off the ground. They don't have cell phones, no apps, no social media. This is it. And they're putting somebody on the moon and bringing them back. It's one thing to put them, it's easy to put somebody on the moon, but to get them back, right? You send anybody to the moon. But if you want to get them back, that's another story. That's more math. That's a whole problem right there. So they did this. So why are they trying to? I don't like being sold a pile of goods, right? If I went down to the general store, I don't want to be, sold some bad seed to plant my crops. I want the good stuff. Sell me the good stuff. So don't tell me that this is you're going to see things you've never seen before. They're going to see pictures. It's space, and they're going around the moon. They're going to the moon. They're going around, do a U-turn, and come home. Now, it's like if they started saying, you know what, we got this idea. All right, we're going to put four wheels and we're going to put a motor on it and a hood. It's going to drive down the block. We're going to call it a car. We're gonna try this. It's been done already. It's been done. You can't. So what? I know what's going on. I understand all of the. I won't get into it again because I don't know who's listening to this show. Usually nobody, but I don't. Just in case, I don't want to be in trouble. So, but I know what's going on. But so, and then what? They're gonna come home. They're gonna get a parade for what? They didn't even leave the capsule. Neil Armstrong was doing jumping jacks on the moon, and then they had and Michael Collins is circling. He's forever looking for a parking space, around and around and around. Did you ever do that around the block? Just going around and around. He had to do that around the whole moon, over and over with his taillights on, blinking, looking for a spot. I mean, come on. That's a lot harder. This is... And speaking of harder, ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. And I just lost him. I said, you know him, you love him, and then you just lost him. Let's see. Why did we lose Steve? Let's see. Let's call Steve back and see what happened.
Hello?
Steve-O!
Steve!
I lost you for a second. You called, and then it said call failed.
It said it on my end, too. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I'm thinking that it has some interference with the moon trip. I think they're using up all the internet connection.
Maybe Astor was chewing up the lines.
He's right next to me. He is behaving wonderfully. He is excited. He hasn't seen me in a while. Now, I don't know if you can see the show, Stephen. Can you see it or not?
I don't have the picture right now.
Okay. You're going to be excited because I am wearing a brand new interlocking NY Yankee cap.
Oh, you must have gotten it for...
Yes.
Someone decided to give you a gift for
That's right.
a particular day.
I got a special day gift. And it's my sister got it. Actually, that was the someone, my sister's family. And very cool. It's khaki green with the khaki green NY.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. So, and I have, funny enough, I kept the tag on because I thought you would enjoy the tag. So
That's right.
I'm always looking out for you. Now,
Thank you.
now you might have missed a couple of quick things. I'll bring you up to speed. That today is the 93rd birthday of the original King Kong.
Really?
Yeah, the real one, the Fay Ray one.
1933.
1933.
Know it well.
I know. You were at the opening, right?
One of us were, I don't know.
So, yeah, wonderful King Kong. And guess who else? Besides King Kong, guess who else turned 84 today? Not King Kong.
84. I didn't know.
Mr. Vegas.
Paul Anka?
No. Was he Mr. Vegas? I'm thinking more Wayne Newton. Wayne Newton. Yes, Wayne Newton. Now, I can only think, has he ever sang anything other than Don Quixote?
Yes, actually had a top 40 hit. Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast.
I do not know that one. Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast.
70s. If you listen, I know it. I'll find it, I'll play it for you on Friday night. I'll send it to you when
That's, yes. Daddy, Don't You Walk. Yeah, play that Friday night on your show.
Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast, yes.
Steve, I got a little religious when the show opened. I was talking about my experience at church this weekend and the quasi reality show. I've come up with my new show. I know I've always talked about dumbbells and I haven't given up yet, but my new show is a reality show. It's called, Keeping Up with the Churchgoers. And it's all these people that are Kim Kardashian dressed like at the church. I mean, this was you would have loved it. What a fashion show going on there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just,
It's always interesting to see what goes on in church.
oh, love me some church. And I said this was not the church of Little House on the Prairie. This was not Reverend Alden, this was not Doc Baker's church.
No.
This is Kardashian church. This is Sydney Sweeney church. This is your South Shore Long Islanders churching it. But it was quite a scene. Uh, hey, Steve, you might know or give us a little information on this. Taco Bell has just announced it's coming out with a caramel chocolate fudge empanada.
I did not know that.
I thought you would be very excited to hear this. It's Taco Bell they've been working on this for years apparently, and they've perfected it. The chocolate caramel fudge empanada.
They used to have an apple empanada that was just incredible.
You had a what?
They used to have an apple empanada that was amazing.
Where, at Taco Bell?
Yes.
There are apples at Taco Bell?
They had an apple empanada, yes.
I have to question that. Uh,
Oh, it was delicious.
was
You
it?
would touch it.
I wouldn't touch it.
I
Uh,
love when you talk about food that you will never eat.
I,
It's
you
just,
know, I just, I'm just curious that they've come up with this and they're very excited, Taco Bell. Hey, Steve, what are your thoughts on this? Now, I know you guys have dress codes. Do you have really a standard dress code or not? Or is it more suggested?
no, there's a dress code.
Okay. So there was this big story about Target and how people were the customers were having a hard time distinguishing who works at Target. So they're bringing back, well, which you should always know who's working at Target. I usually don't have a problem, but they're saying this is the problem. So they're going back to the khaki pants, and that standard, that red polo.
Well, they always had a red shirt.
Yeah, I guess really khaki. They wanted more. Maybe they were getting
They want
lenient.
them to wear a red polo, really. So, because you're not exactly doing nothing there. You're actually working,
Yeah,
moving stuff and lifting heavy things,
you,
and they want you to wear a polo. I
yeah.
mean, whatever.
You want something breathable material. They
You know,
should. If you
it's not the white collar job.
No, but what they should do is, and I would go even a step further and put the big Target logo right on the back and the front of the shirt. So you could just say, "There's a bullseye. There's my worker." Excuse me.
Steve, if you remember when we worked at the gym
Yes.
and we had a dress code also, we had
Oh,
a red
sure.
shirt, right?
I have. I even have because I was there before you. I have the old. They were brought into Bally Total Fitness, but they were leftovers from the Lane days. They had. If you remember that Brady Bunch episode where they were dancing on TV, we're gonna
Right,
keep on, and they had the stripe down the leg.
right.
That we had those pants, and it was magical. I felt like one of the Brady's. And then
No,
they,
I mean, I remember when we had the red shirts and we would go,
yes.
Target was next door to us, and
Oh,
we go to
right.
Target, and people would be asking us for help.
It is so true. They got us confused, and I'd say, well, but then once we pivoted, they got better, like the black cool personal training shirts, and
Yeah.
it got a little better. It transferred a little, transfixed. Uh,
Until your boss started texting you at all hours of the day.
until yeah, then it went awry. Now I'm my own boss. I'm my own man. Uh, Now, I did a quick thing. Again, I want to bring you quickly up to speed. I went on a rant. I was very upset with this whole moon thing. I feel like this is just silly nonsense. It's just they really trying to promote it, but I'm just saying what we did 60 years ago was a lot harder than this. I mean, this is like a trip to Target for these people. I mean, come on. You can't sell me a bag of goods.
No, you're not sellable.
And I'm not saying some people are like they're not there. It's all fake. I'm not one of those people. I'm just saying, you know, it's further. It's a trip. It's another trip. They're not even landing.
Right.
I
Oh,
was saying,
that is a lovely Yankee hat.
oh, you see it?
It's kind of like turquoise. Turquoise? No, no,
No,
no.
it's a khaki.
It's like a somewhat of a closer to an army green.
Yeah,
Maybe a little lighter.
army green, like Mash. They would wear this hat
Yes.
in Mash.
Yes.
Mash green. It's Mash green.
With the interlocking NY.
See, I told you people, Stephen would go right to the interlocking NY. Now, we just finished, we did a segment on naming clowns, naming famous clowns in history. Do you have a favorite clown, a famous clown that your famous clown in
I
history?
don't think about clowns that much.
I was watching the circus and it got me thinking because I was watching a documentary on the Flying Wallendas. I'm very interested in these people.
Yes, you are.
And I was thinking about clowns because I'm thinking about pivoting from being a personal trainer and I'm thinking of my career options. And clown comes right to mind. Good benefits, good security, not unlike the King Cullen people that attacked me when I went into King Cullen the other day.
They attacked you.
Well, the meat and seafood people that were on strike. And I went into the
Yes.
King Cullen and they were handing me flyers telling me don't eat meat.
Oh God, no.
I was attacked by the union meat people and seafood. It's meat and seafood. They go hand in hand. But apparently,
Where can you get your Bell and Evans chicken if you can't get a King Cullen?
well, I wouldn't get it there. I actually was just, I didn't want to sit and explain to these people. I wouldn't get meat there anyway. But I just wish them good luck. And apparently it worked because it was settled.
I heard.
Yeah, thank goodness. The long, arduous nightmare is over for King Cullen.
Well, that's a blessing.
It is. So what the deal they struck, and it takes place this midnight tonight, is the workers are allowed to consume all of the scraps, the meats that are not that are not put in the package. They can take it home for their family. So that was the deal. Goes into effect 12:01 tonight.
I'm so glad you're on the ball. You know, you keep up with the.
Well, the CEO of King Cullen caved. He caved.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
yes.
They had him. They had him. What do they call that? They had him up in a barrel.
Yes, yeah, I think that's the term.
So here's another combo. Let me see who you prefer. I saw this and it was on Facebook today, and I said, let me ask the audience and Steve, which wife or partner or etc. would you which magical, I should say, housewife, not housewife, but wife or partner would you prefer? Barbara Eden, As I Dream of Jeannie, or Elizabeth Montgomery in Bewitched? Who would you prefer or rather be living with?
Well, that's an interesting question.
I didn't think it was.
I would, I think Samantha is far more has a lot more depth to her than Jeannie does. Jeannie is sweet and very pleasant.
Very pleasant.
Samantha's very. I think she's a little smart. She's a little more cultured. I don't know. She seems really someone you could have a conversation with. Jeannie is just so subservient. She will just do.
Well, it's hard to be deep when you have a belly button ring hanging out, and you're wearing sheer
Being said,
Jeannie clothes. But don't she was pretty witty herself.
that being said, you want to look also not just to the girl,
Right.
but to the family. And if you have to deal with a
Oh,
mother-in-law
very
like
true.
Andorra,
Oh, you don't
oh
want.
my God! You know what? I'll take Jeannie in an instant.
Now, for let's go for the
That mother-in-law. You look at the mother-in-law. That's what the woman's gonna grow up to be like. You know, you gotta watch out.
Agnes Moorehead.
It's more.
The great Agnes Moorehead. Now, did you? Well, let's even go one further because obviously, I think the relationship though was really better with Larry Hagman and Bob Reed. And I feel like they had a better chemistry. I feel like they had a nice banter. I mean, I just, Larry Hagman was very witty. But now, were you a Dick York guy or a Dick Sargent guy?
I'll always be a Dick York
Dick
guy.
York. He was the original?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Dick York was the first.
yes.
Okay.
He was the first Dick.
He was the first Dick. Now, was he the one that had the drinking or back problems, or which Dick York?
He had back problems,
Okay.
which he was addicted to pills, pain pills, because of
Who
that.
isn't?
So that really it made life very difficult for him, and it didn't, you know.
Now, but I get caught in betwixt and between, because I do like when Jeannie folds those hands and blinks way better than
Blinks,
a nose twitch.
right?
I kind of like the whole prep of the hand. It's almost like she started the Macarena way before it was a thing.
Is that what you called? Okay.
It was quasi Macarena because she does the hand, and then the boom, and plus Jeannie had her own bottle. Ugh,
Oh, sure.
what did you know? I don't think Sam had that. She didn't have a.
I would feel a little confined in a bottle.
Her bottle was very roomy. Are you kidding? It was wonderful, very
I don't know.
spacious.
Just to know that I've been shrunk. I don't know. That kind of scares me too. What if I can't grow back?
Well, you gotta trust your partner that she could do it for you.
I don't know. I guess.
It's all about trust. That's what relationships are based on. Now, here's something that I want my sister to pay attention to this next story, and all brothers and sisters. This is a real sibling story. It's a heartwarming story. So apparently, this gentleman, 21-year-old Sammy Sedham, 21-year-old Sammy Sedham, we'll call him Sammy, has just been arrested for attempting to murder his sister with a crossbow.
Oh,
Apparently, they were having an argument in the house over the control of the temperature. So, what he had done was he ordered a crossbow, which apparently you can order a crossbow now. He waited. He had her car. He put a tracking device on her car, waited for her to get out of the car, and shot said crossbow, which grazed her forehead. She was okay. He's on trial for attempted murder. And what's the lesson there, Steve? Find me the silver lining. Find me the lesson. Because, like church, we're talking church. Where is the lesson that Reverend Alden would get out of this?
I don't know.
I feel like he would say, let's go to our hymn books and sing Bringing in the Sheaves. Bringing in the sheaves.
In the
Sheaves.
sheaves,
Bringing in the
in the
sheaves.
sheaves.
Yeah, no, I think that's us. They call that sibling rivalry, don't they?
I suppose, yeah.
Not good. Did you ever get? I mean, I guess these things happen. I don't know. A crossbow. I like that he's thinking outside the box, though. I like that he's, trying to, not just the standard weapon that, get yourself a crossbow. That's an interesting move. Oh, you know where he was? You know where he was? He was a Lawrence man, from Lawrence, Long Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess there's a lot of crossbows in Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't know where you can get yourself a crossbow. I feel like I don't know. Can you get one on Amazon? I don't think so, right?
you might look into that. Maybe you want to join the crossbow team in the Olympics.
That could be something. They do have that, right? Don't they do that? Where they ski and
They
then they
do.
crossbow?
So if you didn't want to be in, I mean, there's curling, but there's always crossbow.
There's always crossbow. Now, if I don't know if you're watching in real time, Steve. Maybe you are. I'm going to pop something up on the show, and let's see if you could see. It's one of those guess the songs. I don't know. I'll let the people see. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Uh, okay. I'm going to put it right there. This is very easy. I'm doing it because it's April. Or it was April Fool. It's an April Fool's song.
Oh boy, great.
Well, not really. I don't. Can you see it or not yet?
I'm just refreshing the page.
Oh,
so
refresh the page. Take a moment. I'll hold it. I can hold it all day.
Okay, you're holding it up now. Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Guess the song. April Hearts. I don't know.
Think a little deeper. I'll give you a hint. Can I give you a hint?
Sure, why not?
It's a Journey song.
Oh, Foolish Hearts.
There you go.
Foolish Hearts.
Yes, it's Foolish Hearts. No Blue Hefe today, Steve.
I was about to talk about that because you would, let's find out what's the dealio. I was waiting for the cooking segment today, but
I think let I'm gonna try to let me call him right now. Let's conference him in. Let's see if we can.
what the hell?
I'm a little concerned. I haven't heard from
What
him.
the hell are you calling me?
Let me that. Hold on a second. Let me find Blue Hefe. I put him under Blue Hefe.
You know how I put your name down on the phone as Funny Man Stevie K? You should probably change Jeff's name to Blue Hefe.
I wait. Okay, you still there, Steve? Oh, okay. Steve is on hold. It's ringing. We're trying to locate Blue Hefe. All right, doesn't look good.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to...
All right, no, he didn't answer.
Wow.
So I'm a little concerned. If anybody knows, you know what I might do, Steve, is I might put it on the Amber Alert signs. On the road, I might have to ask them. Do you know anybody that controls those Amber Alert signs? Missing adult,
No.
missing podcast host, missing podcast host, Blue Hefe.
Ask me if I know anyone. That's like crazy.
Well, you know people. You're big in this town.
Hey, you're huge in this town. You kidding me?
Now I have to give a shout out. First of all, you see, it almost looks like I'm in a dojo here, right? I'm at the gyms. I
I feel like do they like practice like martial arts back there?
It feels right. It feels like I'm in the Miyagi-Do. I feel very Miyagi-Do tonight. And with Astro here and the gyms, they say hello. They were disappointed you couldn't be here, but
I know. Eventually, I will.
they're waiting. Astro's waiting, Steve.
I am dying to see Astro. It's good to see that Astro's calm now.
Oh yeah, he was just sitting here.
Because I heard rumors from certain people that that Astro might be a little crazy.
Oh, never. Not this guy. He is wonderful.
Is he staring at you?
No, he left. He left the room. I wasn't paying attention to him, so we kind of took off. So, but wait, I got another. Oh, so this was another thing I was going to do. How? Oh, by the way, so rude of me. How was your Easter?
That was very nice. We had the Easter prime rib.
Oh, you went with the prime rib for Easter.
Yes, and the Easter mashed potatoes and the Easter corn.
Easter corn. Oh yeah. See, I feel like those are the good. I'm trying to change. I was telling the audience I've been getting these little house on the prairie little snippets on my Instagram. Yeah, remember we put it up last show. So I'm really, I'm gonna put a segment. What would Mr. Ingalls, what would Charles Ingalls do? It's gonna be, so if you're ever in a jam, here I am.
Here I am.
So if you are ever in a pickle, um, what would Charles Ingalls do?
Burn the town down.
Burn the town down. He blew up the town.
Blew up the town.
He blew up the town. I feel like they could have had something else. I feel like they could have had a different solution. I guess because the show was ending, so they had to blow up the town.
Right.
Now, for $100, do you know that honorary actor who played the seedy landowner that was coming in to take their claim? Do you remember that actor?
Didn't we talk about this last week?
I forget the actor's name though.
James Cameron.
There you go. Wow, you're good. The great James Cameron.
Do you know, when I worked at a record store out in LA,
Yeah.
he walked into the record store and I helped him. And I didn't say anything to him. I said, "Oh my God, it's Pathmark Guy. What should I say?"
It's Path. Oh, right. That's the Pathmark guy. What was this? What was their saying? The Pathmark. What was their slogan?
Oh my God, they had a lot of different slogans.
Right, but they had that one big one that he would always say on the commercial. I forget. Like make Pathmark choice or whatever it was. I don't know. Our meat is better. Our meat.
I thought that was your line.
That's actually. This is a day after Easter. Keep it clean, huh? We already had to have Blue Hefe removed from the air.
I know, it's sad. Blue Hefe, do you think he's setting a precedent here that he's a little upset, so he's boycotting?
Well, I think he did. I think he didn't like the blowback and the heat that he received. There was a lot of from the people higher up, and he didn't. He's a loner. He's a renegade. He's a maverick. He doesn't like to. He doesn't like to be handcuffed by the man. So he didn't like having a talk upstairs with the upstairs people.
He's like Freebird, And this bird you cannot chain.
You cannot chain. He's a free bird, and he wants to say what he wants to say. And I'm caught in the middle because I love Hefe, but I also have people to answer to.
I love Hefe.
Of course. But
not since Emily and her her high class theatrical antics. This is the theater.
But you see,
and now we have a total different side.
Right. So next, you have to bring in the next person because I'm bringing in people left and right. I'm working my what off. You need to bring in somebody who you think would be a good mesh because I'm thinking we can't find Blue Hefe. I'm worried. I've gone through this before with him. I think he's gone MIA. I hope he's okay because I wished him an Easter yesterday. I didn't hear from him. So I'm hoping he's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
I hope he didn't fall down the well.
Oh,
that was season 3, episode 19. Carrie falls down the well.
Jeez, you're following this very well.
I never appreciated how good a show it is. It's wonderful, and it's actually on Amazon. You can watch all of it on Amazon Prime, and you don't have to rent or anything. And I just went back, and there are really some good episodes. Really good show. That was a really good show.
Yeah.
It was a good show. Good, wholesome family values, and you love Victor French.
Oh, the great Victor French. How could you not?
Now, they both of them, Highway to Heaven they did together after, right?
Yes.
Would you call that a success, or?
Yes, it was on a lot of seasons.
It was pretty good, right? They did pretty well with Highway to Heaven. I don't really remember watching it that much, but I definitely know it was pretty successful.
Yeah.
Now, besides the famous clowns, there was also another snippet that I came across my path today, naming famous dogs in history. Dogs. Name a famous dog other than. Oh, I don't have it in front of me, but name a famous dog.
Astro, the Wonder Dog.
Astro the Wonder Dog, better known in the Jetsons, but yes, Astro the Wonder Dog, very good. How about Lassie,
Of course.
the great Lassie? What about anybody else you know of?
How about Snoopy?
Yes. How could we forget Snoopy? Great call. Even though it was animated. But so was Astro.
Now, of course, well, if we go with Snoopy, now I know it was the Stone Age, but they didn't have dogs back then. They had pet dinosaurs. How about Dino?
Dino the dinosaur from the Flintstones.
Yes.
Now, I was going to. What about Toto? We forgot Toto.
And Toto too, of course.
Now, do you remember the Brady's dog that used to lose?
Tiger.
Tiger? Who?
Tiger was only alive for a year.
Yeah, it was a terrible story. Didn't Cindy run over him with her bike? Wasn't that season 2, episode 3?
Only you would know that story.
Season 2, episode 3.
This is why you have all the good stories.
I have all the good stories. That's you have to pay extra. See, the Steve Squared show from 6:30 to 7:30 is free. I have the back wall where you have to subscribe and you get the extras, the little extras.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nobody wants that. Hey, here's a clown. I was naming famous clowns, and I said Ronald McDonald, Bozo, Krusty. I forgot one very famous clown. Let's see if you know. It was from a Seinfeld episode.
Oh, I forgot his name.
The opera.
Oh, I was Crazy Joe DeVola.
Pagliacci.
Pagliacci, of course.
Pagliacci.
Okay.
That was pretty good, right? The Pagliacci.
That was good.
That was that was the Seinfeld, right? That was on the Seinfeld one?
What's that?
That was on the Seinfeld episode.
Yes, it was. Crazy Joe DeVola.
Now, what are you going to do different? I was asking the people. It's springtime. We're in the spring. It's a new beginning. What are you looking to change or improve, or what are you looking to do going forward?
You mean, is this like New Year's resolutions, but 3 months later?
Yeah, but for me, I always find that not the New Year's resolution does it for me, because you're still deep into the heart of the terrible winter cold. This springtime feels new for me. I feel alive. I feel excited. I got my new hat. I got my new Yankee hat. I could take on the world.
Is that so?
I feel like I could. So,
I'll give you this, and then I'm gonna have to go.
yes,
But
give me something.
trying to think. I guess it's spring. The weather is warm.
There you go.
It's time to go out. It's
Yes.
time to be active. It's time to move.
You know,
Go around,
you,
walk.
you know what I'm gonna get you to do? Do you have a bike?
You know I do.
Yes, but you're gonna get it fixed up, get it checked, go over to the Trek place on the corner of Massapequa, make sure the tires and everything is good, and we're gonna go on a bike, on the bike path.
Wow.
We're gonna do a bike ride.
You know what? I don't know about that.
Oh, sure. If I got Blue Hefe to do it, I could get you to do it.
You got Blue Heifer to go on a bike?
He has a really cool bike. He's got one of those foldable bikes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I believe that you could do it too. I have faith in you.
All right. Well, we'll discuss this further.
We'll discuss it further.
I do have to
Yes.
leave early. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no. Thanks for calling, buddy.
But I'll talk to you.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Next week.
Yes, I'll talk to you later. Well, I'll talk to you before next week.
Let's say I say hello to Astro in the gym.
I will. Yes. And I always like to give you your pump up call on Friday.
Yes, we'll talk definitely before then.
All right, Snoopy.
But and let's pray for Blue Hefe.
I will. I will. We're gonna do constant updates. We're gonna find him.
Blue Hefe, come home. Blue Hefe, come home.
All right, buddy.
All right, Chief.
I'll see you later.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. That was the great Steve Emster. Yes, and we're very concerned. Do you see? I tried to call Jeff and we can't find him. So I'm hoping everything is okay. I believe it is. He's probably asleep where I should be right now. But I'll tell you, I was in the library, one of my favorite spots, and I saw this and I got really excited. It said, let me show you, sketch comedy workshop, Thursday, April 16th. I said, this is great. Sketch comedy, I love, this is good. I'm going to take this workshop. And then I go to the bottom and it says, look, for teens in grades 6 through 12. Now, unfortunately, I'm not in grades 6 through 12 anymore. So I'm like, all right, no good. Then I see this and I'm very excited about computers and getting hacked. And then I look and it says for teens. Again, for teens. So now I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? I mean, cybersecurity and hackers, that should be targeted to people, that need it. Teens don't need it. They're tech savvy. You need to target other people. My mom opens everything up. She's a hacker's delight. You send something to my mom, she's gonna be hacked. She opens everything. What is this? Who's calling me? The FBI? I wonder what they want. I go, don't open it. Please don't open. Oh boy. Then you've been infiltrated. I say, please, don't. You don't know this guy. First of all, normal phone numbers don't have letters and 42 numbers in them. Don't open it. It's not a text from somebody we know. Somebody from Uzbekistan, somewhere in the heartland of India, is not texting you Happy Easter. So don't open the text or the email. But anyway, so this is for teens. Okay. All right, you want to do that? Oh, how about books? I love books. You love books. How about some books? Apparently only tweens are allowed to read books and get book surprises, ages 10 to 12. So what is happening here? What's happening here is the world is really just focusing in on that. They like to get the youth. You get the kids, you get the youth, and then they grow up into customers, clients. They have us already. They don't need to target books to me, cyber hacking. They don't care about us. They don't care. They target the kids. The kids have the apps that they can order things now. They don't even have to go into, remember back in the day, they'd say, go into your mommy's purse, pull out the credit card. They don't need to. Just go on your app, right? Go. Order this, order that. No problem. You got a pony at your front doorstep. You don't know how it got there. All of a sudden, something's been shipped, some object, a crossbow. All of a sudden, a kid's ordering a crossbow online. Looking to take out one of his siblings. I'm fed up. You're better than that. So where is the class for me? Where is my sketch comedy class? Well, there's nothing for people that are not tweens. I hate that word as well, tweens. It's an annoying word. You're either what? You're either a teenager or you're not. Stop it. You're not in between. No. It's nonsense. It's just nonsense. Anyway, how we doing on time? Oh my goodness gracious. Where's the time? Oh my God, it's coming up on 7:30. Well, I'm so happy you got to spend some time together. We had a lot of fun today. We talked about the moon. We talked about Taco Bell and Target and their dress apparel and going to the moon, right? We talked about church. I gave you a little religion, which I don't normally do. Gave you some of that old time religion, right? If you want to know that reference, watch the great movie Sergeant York with the great Gary Cooper. Great movie. We talked about clowns. Who doesn't love clowns? And dogs. Who doesn't love a dog? So we really gave you guys well more than the hour that you're not paying for. Once again, I want to thank the gyms for hosting us, the Steve Squared Show, in the dojo of the gyms in Astro. I want to thank Steve for calling in. I want to thank you for spending some time and watching a little bit of the Steve Squared Show. We're going to be back in the studio next Monday night, 6:30. You know the space, you know the time, you know the channel. You can go on Stephen R. Kaminsky and check out my Instagram. I'll put little snippets of the show and also a couple of things I'm working on, so feel free to comment or message on that. And let's see what's going on with these Moon guys. Let's see if they when they're coming home, when they're coming back. All right. Well, I'm going to watch the Knicks. You all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next Monday.